Imagine bustling marketplaces, the air thick with the scent of spices and the murmur of bartering. The marketplace is a vibrant hub of activity, where merchants from distant lands gather to trade their goods. The sounds of lively conversations and the clinking of coins fill the air, creating a symphony of commerce. Here you can find a variety of items, from exotic spices and precious metals to everyday necessities like grains and textiles. In ancient Mesopotamia, merchants haggle over sacks of grain and dates, the lifeblood of their fertile land. These transactions are not just about goods, they are about relationships and trust. The merchants know each other well, and their negotiations are a dance of words and gestures, each trying to get the best deal while maintaining mutual respect. The grain and dates they trade are essential, not just for sustenance but also for brewing beer, a staple in their daily diet. The sun beats down relentlessly, a reminder of the unpredictable Tigris and Euphrates rivers, capable of both nourishing crops and unleashing devastating floods. These rivers are the lifeblood of Mesopotamia, providing the water needed to irrigate the fields and grow the crops that sustain the population. However, their unpredictable nature means that the people must always be prepared for the possibility of floods, which can destroy homes and fields in an instant. The rivers are both a blessing and a curse, a source of life and a potential source of destruction. Travel south to the land of the pharaohs. Here, the landscape is dominated by the majestic Nile River, which flows like a ribbon of life through the desert. The river is the heart of Egypt, providing the water needed to sustain the population and grow the crops that feed the people. The Nile is more than just a river. It is a symbol of life and prosperity, a source of inspiration for poets and artists, and a vital part of the Egyptian identity. Here, the Nile River flows like a benevolent serpent, its annual floods anticipated and welcomed. The floods bring rich, fertile silt that rejuvenates the land, making it possible to grow abundant crops. The people of Egypt have learned to live in harmony with the river, timing their planting and harvesting to coincide with its cycles. The annual floods are a time of celebration, a reminder of the river's generosity and the bounty it provides. Farmers work rhythmically, their movements as ancient as the river itself, planting and harvesting with the rhythm of the Nile's bounty. They use simple tools and techniques passed down through generations, their knowledge of the land and the river honed over centuries. The work is hard, but it is also rewarding, as the fertile soil and abundant water make it possible to grow a wide variety of crops, from wheat and barley to fruits and vegetables. Life in Egypt revolves around the river, a source of life, sustenance, and transportation. The Nile is a highway for boats carrying goods and people, a source of fish and waterfowl, and a place for recreation and relaxation. The river is central to every aspect of daily life, from the food people eat to the way they travel and the stories they tell. It is a constant presence, a reminder of the interconnectedness of all things and the importance of living in harmony with the natural world. Mesopotamia, often referred to as the land between the rivers, faced the challenges of unpredictable flooding. The Tigris and Euphrates rivers, while providing fertile soil for agriculture, could turn destructive without warning. This constant threat fostered innovation and resilience among the Mesopotamian people. They developed complex irrigation systems to control the water flow and maximize agricultural output. Additionally, they also learned to predict floods and built their cities with defensive walls, shaping a society adept at problem-solving and adaptation. Egypt, cradled by the Nile, enjoyed a more predictable existence. The Nile's annual floods, though dramatic, were largely predictable and brought life-giving silt to the land. This stability fostered a sense of order and continuity. Egyptian society, less focused on immediate survival, could dedicate more time to developing art, architecture, and complex religious beliefs. Mesopotamia's political landscape was fragmented, comprising independent city-states, each ruled by its own king. These city-states, such as Uruk, and Babylon, competed for resources and influence, leading to periods of both conflict and cooperation. This decentralized structure fostered innovation and cultural exchange, but also led to instability. Contrast this with Egypt's unified kingdom, ruled by a pharaoh considered a living god. The pharaoh held absolute power, overseeing a vast bureaucracy that managed every aspect of Egyptian life. This centralized system, while seemingly rigid, provided stability and continuity for millennia. The written word cuneiform and hieroglyphs. Mesopotamia gave birth to one of the world's earliest writing systems, cuneiform. Using wedge-shaped marks impressed on clay tablets, scribes recorded everything from business transactions to epic tales like the Epic of Gilgamesh. This flexible system, adopted and adapted by various cultures, facilitated trade, administration, and the transmission of knowledge. In Egypt, hieroglyphics adorned temple walls and papyrus scrolls. This elegant system, combining phonetic sounds with ideograms, was both a writing system and an art form. While more complex than cuneiform, hieroglyphs played a vital role in preserving Egyptian culture, beliefs, and history. Temples and tombs, religion and architecture. Mesopotamian religion was polytheistic, with a pantheon of gods representing natural forces and human endeavors. These gods were believed to control everything from the weather to the success of crops, and even the fate of cities and their inhabitants. The Mesopotamians built grand temples to honor these deities, hoping to gain their favor and protection. Each city had its own patron god or goddess, and the temples were often the most prominent buildings in the city. Ziggurats, massive stepped pyramids, served as temples and centers of civic life. These towering structures were not only places of worship, but also served as administrative centers and storage facilities for surplus crops. The ziggurat's design, with its ascending terraces, symbolized a bridge between the earth and the heavens, reflecting the Mesopotamian belief in the divine order of the universe. These imposing structures reflected the Mesopotamian worldview, where humans sought to appease powerful deities. The ziggurats were often adorned with intricate carvings and statues, depicting various gods and mythological scenes. These artistic elements served both a decorative and a didactic purpose, educating the populace about their religious beliefs and cultural heritage. Egyptian religion, also polytheistic, emphasized the afterlife. The Egyptians believed that life on earth was just a temporary phase, and that the real journey began after death. This belief was reflected in their elaborate burial practices and the construction of monumental tombs. The gods of ancient Egypt were closely associated with the afterlife, and many of their myths revolved around death and resurrection. Pyramids, colossal tombs for pharaohs, dominated the landscape. These architectural marvels were designed to ensure the safe passage of the pharaohs into the afterlife. The pyramids were filled with treasures, food, and other items that the pharaohs would need in the next world. The construction of these massive structures required a highly organized workforce and advanced engineering techniques, showcasing the Egyptians' ingenuity and dedication to their religious beliefs. These architectural marvels reflect the Egyptian belief in the pharaoh's divinity and their journey to the afterlife. The walls of the pyramids were often covered with hieroglyphs, depicting scenes from the pharaoh's life and religious texts meant to guide them in the afterlife. The pyramids stood as a testament to the Egyptians' belief in the eternal nature of the soul and the importance of preparing for the afterlife. Both civilizations left behind extraordinary legacies, shaping our understanding of the ancient world and influencing art, architecture, law, and governance. The artifacts and ruins that have been uncovered provide invaluable insights into their daily lives, religious practices, and societal structures. These ancient cultures laid the foundations for many aspects of modern civilization, from legal codes to architectural styles. Their stories, etched in stone and clay, offer timeless lessons in human ingenuity, ambition, and the enduring power of belief. The writings and carvings left behind by the Mesopotamians and Egyptians continue to captivate and inspire us, reminding us of the rich tapestry of human history and the profound impact of religion and architecture on the development of civilization. For more interesting facts, don't forget to subscribe and share your opinions in the comments below.